Episode 600 of The Edwards Show. They say the greatest progress comes from constraints. This episode of the show is if I could only do 3 search engine optimization methods, what would they be? I have a website, I'm selling stuff, either e-commerce or services or software as a service or local, even affiliate. This strategy could work really well for affiliate too. I've used it for affiliate, but this is specifically, I have a business, I'm selling stuff. I can only do 3 SEO methods for my business. What will these methods be? I'm going to need a mix of on-page keyword targeting, where I'm targeting keywords using my website, and link building. I'm going to need backlinks. I say all the time on this show, backlinks don't matter. They don't matter that much. To go after the best keywords, you don't need that many backlinks, but you need some. Even going after very uncompetitive keywords, with a 1 out of 100 domain authority site, basically a site that has no domain authority, that's going to be difficult. So need some backlinks to target keywords effectively to get inbound traffic from Google. But you know what? This is 3 SEO methods forever, and I have to choose, and I can't add methods as I go as time passes. 3 methods forever. So I'm also going to want a good link building strategy that can get me past just a little bit of authority and get me into a really authoritative place. So I'm going to need to find that too. I'm going to need a link building strategy that can be used forever, that can get a mix of backlinks. So I have a natural backlink profile. There are very few strategies that actually allow you to do this, but I'm going to tell you which one. And I'm going to need something that can at the same time jumpstart me fast, get me ranking pretty quickly. But before we go there, let's start with keyword targeting. So like I said, we are selling stuff with our website. I am selling stuff with my website, either e-commerce, services, SaaS, local, affiliate, whatever it is. Now, there's many options that I could choose for on-page SEO, targeting keywords with my site. There's many different options that I could choose. I could be doing search engine optimization using guides, very long posts sharing how to do something, 3,000 words, 4,000 words, top of funnel content, trying to bring in as many related people seeing my brand as possible. People looking for answers, and I'm there targeting these people, giving them their answers, so many of them in high volume. And I have this high volume of unqualified people kind of in my niche. And I'm trying to get them into my funnel, either into my email list or literally trying to convert them right there on the page, even though they're not looking to be converted to. But with such high volume numbers, a very small portion of this could make it worthwhile. So that's guide SEO. And that's top of funnel, people at the top of the funnel. I could do rating SEO, where I'm targeting keywords like the best of so-and-so in a bunch of different categories that are still in my niche. This is more middle of funnel. They're not yet ready to purchase. Some will be, but most are just comparing and doing research. But I'm going to create these best of lists in a bunch of different categories within my niche. And of course, I'm going to put my brand as the number one thing in all of these lists. So that's option 2 for on-page SEO. I could do parasite SEO. This is off-site, where I am using high domain authority or Google's preferences for other websites to target keywords, rank for keywords, and then include my brand in that conversation. Common places for parasite SEO are Reddit, Quora, LinkedIn, YouTube. YouTube videos rank really, really well within Google. Reddit is the 3rd most clicked site within Google. Reddit ranks really well in Google. Same with Quora, same with LinkedIn, same with Medium. So I could be using a variety of platforms to target keywords, rank for keywords. And when I rank for these keywords, I say, check out this brand because it is the best for this keyword. In places where I can link to my site to get the conversion, I'll do that. In a lot of cases, I might not be able to put in a backlink, but I can just say my brand name, people Google the brand name, and then come across my site. So I could do that for targeting keywords. And the last option, purchase intent. Target purchase intent keywords, bottom of funnel keywords, searchers who know what they want, but they don't know the brand that's going to give it to them, with short pages, but a lot of these pages, around 415 words, a bunch of these pages targeting keywords like, I have some examples. So it could be artificial intelligence and chatbot development company. So people who search that, they know what they want. You say that you are an AI and chatbot development company, people are like, okay, and this is like, they are targeted me precisely. I know that I want them. If their price isn't ridiculous, I'm going to convert. Or collaboration software with intuitive learning. Someone who searches that into Google, they know what they want. And these keywords, they're pretty low volume, which is why you make a bunch of different pages targeting a bunch of these keywords. But because of the low volume, they're also not very competitive. So even with a new site, and we have a new site, even with a relatively new site, we can rank for a lot of these keywords. So those are the options. Now I'm going to go down the list and say why I'm not going to choose certain strategies. Guide SEO. Here's the thing about targeting keywords at the top of the funnel with these super long pages. First of all, these keywords, they get so much volume that they're pretty competitive. So I need higher domain authority to rank for the best ones, or to rank for a lot of them, just in general. Also, they require a lot of work. 3,000 word articles, 4,000 words, 5,000 words, that's a ton of work. But more importantly, these clicks are now going to Reddit and they're going to ChatGPT. People aren't Googling to look for just simple answers like they used to. They're asking ChatGPT, they're asking AI chatbots, or they're getting their answers quickly from Reddit because Google is prioritizing Reddit, LinkedIn, Quora, all of these other ones in the SERPs. So it's actually way harder to do this style of SEO now. So I'm not going to choose doing guide SEO. I can only choose one. That's not the one that I'm going to pick. How about doing ratings? This is the middle of the funnel. This is a little bit better. And I'm going to be able to put myself first. Well, I still need more domain authority to rank for these keywords. So it's going to be harder to do that with a relatively new site. And there's really only so many of these keywords that I can target. Yeah, any niche can be divided into a bunch of different categories, but it's just there's not enough. I can keep making pages for 2025, for 2026, and I can find a bunch of new angles to target them, and I can make them really long so they rank for a lot of different things. But you still need a good amount of domain authority to do that because a lot of other SEOs go after these best of keywords too. They're pretty competitive. My site is relatively new. I can only pick one keyword strategy. I'm not going to pick this one. How about parasite SEO? Very popular these days. I can only pick one, but I'm not going to choose parasite SEO. Parasite SEO is a cat and mouse game. You are constantly putting up posts or comments. You're ranking, then you're getting caught, then your accounts are being banned, then all of your posts on those accounts are being removed simultaneously. You have to have a bunch of other accounts going. You're doing it on all different platforms. You're constantly putting results up. You're constantly ranking. Then it's getting removed. It's just not sustainable. Don't get me wrong. It's a great strategy. But if I can only choose one keyword strategy because I want to have my other two strategies for link building, if I can only choose, or I could mix it up. I mean, I could choose two keyword strategies, but I need a link building strategy that can get me domain authority fast and a link building strategy that can get me a very natural backlink profile. Because if you don't have a natural backlink profile, Google is going to see you as spammy, or it's not going to take, or the authority that you have, it might just be ignored. The authority that you build up with backlinks, it might be ignored if you're getting all the same backlinks. So I want to mix up my backlink strategy so I can get domain authority fast and have a natural backlink profile. So I'm going to choose two backlink strategies, which means I can only choose one keyword strategy. Parasite SEO, not going to be it. Now, if you're a long-time listener of the show, or even a short-term listener of the show, and you only started listening recently, you already knew I was going to pick purchase intent SEO. I was going to pick bottom of funnel SEO, where searchers, they know what they want, but they don't know the brand that's going to give it to them. You already knew I was going to pick that. Here's why. Here's a list of why this is the best form of keyword targeting. You're focusing directly on conversions, and I want to make money. I want my site to make money. I want to make money. So I want to focus on conversions. I want to get customers, users, warm leads. How about AI? I talked about AI taking a lot of clicks away from doing guides, for example. Well, if someone is asking ChatGPT a bottom of funnel question, they're asking ChatGPT to recommend a brand that will satisfy their use case. As I've shown previously on the show, my bottom of funnel SEO landing pages are ranking on ChatGPT. They're ranking on Grok. ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, whatever, they are recommending my brands for the use cases that I am writing about on my website. But even then, a lot of the time, people are still just turning to Google to look for brands that can be a solution to their problem. So it's AI proof. It's less work. I don't have to make these long best of pages, long guide pages. I don't have to play the crazy cat and mouse game, creating 5 simultaneous accounts across every platform if I'm doing parasite SEO. So I always have backups, making sure that I'm not on the same IP address, using virtual machines in order to do parasite SEO. I don't have to do that stuff, trying to automate a bunch of different accounts and then getting caught and then not noticing for weeks, and then setting up all of these background tools to monitor my parasite accounts. I don't have to do that. Bottom of funnel SEO, a lot less work. You're putting up just a bunch of different 400 to 500 word pages. Each targets a different bottom of funnel keyword. These keywords are not that competitive, so you don't even need that much domain authority to go after them, which means that you're not spending that much time doing link building, and you're spending your time targeting keywords and getting results. You rank faster because these keywords are so non-competitive. You rank a lot faster. Like for me, when I have a site that has some established authority, domain authority, I literally can rank the next day. On the first page of Google, the next day or the same day. And that happens all the time. With a relatively new site, might take longer, but I'm still going to be doing link building, and eventually that time will just be reduced to weeks and then a week. It's also, these pages are harder to steal because you're putting up so many different pages targeting so many of these keywords, and these pages are unique to your brand. It's not like someone can just duplicate your text and drop it onto Reddit, because you are writing this copy unique for your brand. You are writing these bottom of funnel SEO landing pages unique for your brand. And there's just so many of them. So even if Reddit nabs one of your keywords, and Reddit is now ranking above you for one of your bottom of funnel keywords, there's still so many of these keywords. So harder to steal, less likely to go to user-generated content platforms. Oh, and these keywords, lastly, these keywords are super stable. My bottom of funnel SEO landing page, as I started writing these in 2019, 2020 is when I started doing bottom of funnel SEO. My rankings have not, they reached number 1 and then they stayed number 1. Since 2019, since 2020, most of my bottom of funnel SEO landing pages that made it to the number 1 spot on Google, these pages have not changed in rank since then. They have remained at number 1 because there are not brands that are targeting these keywords. They're always overlooked because the volume is so low, because there's less people at the bottom of the funnel. The search volume is so low. So SEOs or webmasters or marketing teams, they say, oh, the volume for these keywords is too low. We're not going to go after them. And it's because they think that in order to rank for keywords, most digital marketers think that in order to rank on Google for keywords, you have to make these 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 word pages. So they're not going to want to do that with a keyword that doesn't have that much search volume. And they don't know that these pages only need to be 400 to 500 words, sometimes less words. So these keywords are always going overlooked. And then as a result, they're just stable over time. So you put up one of these pages, ranks number 1, and then it just stays at number 1. So I'm going to choose bottom of funnel SEO, purchase intent SEO over guide SEO, over rating SEO, over parasite SEO. I'm choosing bottom of funnel SEO. That is my keyword strategy. And I'm targeting these keywords. I'm making a hub page in my footer. So maybe it's uses, maybe it's services. And then you click into that uses page, you click into that services page, you click into that solutions page, and then you see a list of different services or use cases or solutions that your brand satisfies, that my brand satisfies. And each one of these use cases, services, or solutions is a different bottom of funnel keyword, which is targeted, like I said, with a 415 word templatized page. That is my keyword targeting strategy, but now we need links. We have a new site, brand new site. We need to bring it up to even 5 domain authority to start actually getting decent rankings. 5 out of 100 domain authority to start getting decent rankings. The higher domain authority we have, the higher volume keywords that we can rank for. Because the higher volume keywords are just naturally the most competitive keywords. And the most competitive keywords require more domain authority, more backlinks to rank for. But at the very least, we can start ranking for some low volume bottom of funnel keywords that bring in conversions, use the money from that conversions to fuel more link building strategies and more on-page SEO and keyword targeting. I also meant to say, I would also do, and this doesn't fall into the realm of SEO, but it helps with SEO. I would actually write blog pages on my site, but these wouldn't target keywords. They would be blog pages about my brand and what I'm doing with the brand, not targeting keywords at all because I only have 3 strategies that I can choose from. The reason I would do this is because Google wants to see websites that have an active blog. It is a very positive ranking signal if you are just writing about your brand. It shows Google's algorithms that you care about your brand. It helps with relevance and all of this stuff, but I wouldn't make these blog posts designed to rank. They would be indexed, but they wouldn't be designed to rank for keywords and bring in customers from SEO. So I wouldn't be doing that as an SEO strategy. It would just be a normal marketing thing, putting up blog posts with no keyword targeting at all. And I would do that. The keyword targeting would be with the bottom of funnel SEO landing pages. So we need backlinks, and we have 2 SEO methods left. Like I said, I'm not going to choose another keyword targeting strategy with my remaining SEO methods because I want to be able to rank for keywords fast. So I need to build up domain authority pretty quickly. But I also want to have a backlink strategy that is sustainable. And by sustainable, I mean one that gets me a natural backlink profile. The thing is, there's so many different backlink strategies that you could do. You could build a ton of links doing guest posts or using expert quotes where you respond to journalists on Source of Sources or featured.com and they include you in their articles and then link to your site. Or you could get backlinks from going on podcasts with AIpodcastmatcher.com. Just uses AI to match hosts who want guests on their shows with guests who want to go on shows. But you're still getting, or directories, but you're still getting one kind of backlink. And over time, those backlinks stop being as valuable. So I had to think, is there a strategy that I could get a variety of backlinks with that are of high domain authority and low domain authority? Because again, if you get just high domain authorities backlinks, and that's all that you get, that actually will stop being valuable to some point. If you're just getting low authority backlinks, of course, it's going to stop being valuable too. If you're getting any kind of backlink and that's all you get and you don't have a variety of backlinks, you're not going to have a natural backlink profile and you're going to look like a spammy site. So I realized the only backlink strategy that can give me a natural backlinks profile is linkable assets. What are linkable assets? These are assets on your website. So it could be an article, it could be a tool, a micro SaaS, micro software as a service. It could be a really interesting announcement, but these are assets on your website. It could be a calculator. These are assets on your website that are so either cool, interesting, or useful that blogs are going to write about you, journalists are going to share you, you're going to get shared on social media, whether it's X, Reddit, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You're going to get shared on social media just because you have this cool, interesting, or useful asset on your site. And even if you just have information, you can still compile information in a really interesting way so that people link to it. For example, Exploding Topics, I think it has like the top 50 interesting AI trends of 2025. And this article is a linkable asset. It's very interesting. And it has like 700 root domains linking to it from a variety of high and low domain authority. You have the top publishers like the New York Times or the Washington Post or Forbes or whatever, top publishers link to it because it's so interesting, but also lots of small mom and pop blogs link to it because it's so interesting. And it just has a lot of useful information in it. It's discussed on social media, so it's linked to from social media. And this is the case if you create a micro SaaS, if you create like a useful tool, the same thing happens. You can do the same thing with a useful tool. You can create an interesting announcement. I talk all the time on the show about Neon Money Club, a personal finance site that announced they didn't even build it, or they most likely didn't build it. It doesn't look like they actually built it. But so it just looks like all they did was make an announcement that they have built a dating app for only people who have a credit score of over 675. And you can only use it if you have a credit score of over 675. And this went viral because it was so interesting. And then it got a lot of links and it was discussed on social media. And I don't think they actually built that. It looks like they just announced it. The thing about linkable assets, in addition to them getting you a natural backlink profile and a diverse set of backlinks, is you can keep launching and making new linkable assets. You can get top backlinks with this, like I discussed, but you can just make a bunch of different linkable assets. And you can keep trying. So if one doesn't hit, if one doesn't pop off, try again. And then one does pop off and you still make more. And you can build domain authority with this. So that would be my second SEO method, is linkable assets. But the thing is, that all sounds great. How do I actually get press to these linkable assets? I could actually just send it to journalists. I could drop it on social media. But an easier thing to do is to use launch platforms, to launch it on Product Hunt, to launch it on Beta List, to launch it on launch platforms in whatever niche that I'm in, because there's launch platforms in every niche. And the thing about launch platforms is they fall into another SEO method, another link building strategy method, and that is directories. Because Product Hunt is a directory, Beta List is a directory. And the thing about directories, directory SEO, is it can jumpstart domain authority. There are directories for everything. If you're an AI app, there's a million directories for AI apps now. If you're a roofing services company, there's directories for either home improvement companies, home improvement services companies, probably directories for roofing companies. There's just directories. If you have a hair salon, I'm sure there's directories for hair salons, but there's tons of local directories, the Chamber of Commerce, there's directories for everything, There's directories for newsletters. I built a bunch of links to my personal newsletter, got it to rank #1 for growth hacking newsletter just by submitting it to directories. And you can submit key pages on your site to directories to build links to them. But also you have a bunch of directories that just link to your homepage, builds up your domain authority, and you use this to build a small amount of domain authority really fast. So now you can rank for keywords. And you're ranking for these bottom of funnel keywords that are bringing you conversions, and you're funneling this money back into your company. You're funneling this money into making linkable assets, microsasses that are useful, cool articles that are shared. And now your domain authority is increasing even more because you're starting to go viral with these linkable assets, and you're getting top links with these linkable assets. And you create linkable assets that are also related to your brand, where you're also promoting whatever it is that you're selling using that linkable asset. And so you can both get sales with the linkable asset and get backlinks with the linkable asset. And now your domain authority is increasing, so you can go after higher volume keywords. So now you're going after higher bottom of funnel keywords that bring you even more customers. But all of this was jump-started by using directories. And whenever you're launching a new linkable asset, you're launching it on launch platforms, which are also directories. So that is the 3 SEO methods that I would do if I had the constraints that I could only do 3 SEO methods. I would target keywords with bottom of funnel SEO. I would build interesting, cool, useful linkable assets. I would build a ton of them. And I would submit my site and my site's pages to a bunch of relevant directories and use directories to launch my linkable assets, in addition to sending these linkable assets to relevant journalists. And anybody can do this right now. And even if that's all you could work with, these 3 strategies will still get you crazy results, because these 3 methods all working together, super sustainable. Now, it's better if you can involve different strategies. It'd be great if I could involve podcast SEO, podcast link building, because that's super easy. Or if I was putting out YouTube videos targeting keywords, because that's super easy. Or if I did have some blog pages targeting keywords, some pages where I was ranking for best of keywords, if I was doing all of these things, of course I want to do all of them. But just these 3 methods alone can get anybody crazy results. It's the most sustainable, these 3 methods together. It creates an amazing environment for your SEO. So you can start this now. If you want to learn exactly how you do this, I have a program, an SEO program, showing literally how to do all of these things with in-depth video walkthroughs and templates that you can copy and reuse for your business, doing everything that I just talked about and way more. And I give 15 weekly breakdowns across e-commerce, local, services, SaaS, finance, law, so many different niches and types of businesses with 15 weekly breakdowns in addition to the main program, which is super in-depth. Actually, I'm going to read a review that I got just last night. I haven't put this on the landing page yet because I got it literally just last night, but I was so hyped by this review. It's by Jason Liebler, who's a listener of the show. So thank you, Jason, for this. Jason said, I'm serious. This got me just rereading it right now. It got me so hyped. Jason said, I'm currently on the on-site SEO section. I'm already glad I paid the money. Each lesson is dense with information, and I love that it isn't dumbed down for absolute beginners. I knew a little bit about SEO beforehand, but I still get so much out of each lesson. You're giving years worth of experience boiled down into 15 to 30 minute lessons with no filler or fluff. I feel like I'm gaining a new superpower. Thank you, Jason, for that review. If you want my SEO program, it's compactkeywords.com. I have 1 million shirts with Compact Keywords designs on them. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm wearing one of these shirts. And that is all for episode 600 of The Edward Show. 600 days in a row doing this show. Holy moly. That's crazy. 600 days in a row doing this show without missing a single day. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the early listeners who are still listening. Thank you to the new listeners who came across my show and who just started listening. If this is your very first episode, thank you for listening or watching. If you listen on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts or on Audible, if you're just listening or if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for your attention and for trusting me. And that is all for episode 600 of The Edward Show. And we got a lot more great ones coming up. So I will talk to all of you again tomorrow. For episode 601, I will talk to you all tomorrow. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Bye now.